Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 9 a.m. news and weather updates from the First Alert Desk. Now we've got some good news out of Martin County to share with you today. If you are feeling like maybe a health screening might do you some good, well, ECU Health is offering free health screenings today at their pop-up clinic in Martin County. Now, as part of ECU Health's Health and Hope Martin County Community Health pop-up series, teams will be offering health screenings at the Oak City Fire Department, located at 100 East Commerce Street, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. today. Other vital services will be offered to the community during the event, like health education and enrollment assistance for affordable health insurance plans through the Affordable Care Act Marketplace. ECU Health hosted pop-up community events back in June to help give residents in rural communities the opportunity to get their annual screenings without having to travel far for health care. Martin General Hospital, the county's local hospital, closed its doors back in 2023. County commissioners have been trying to get operations back to the hospital, passing a resolution of the intent to sell, lease, or convey Martin General earlier this year. ECU Health recently submitted a proposal to reopen Martin General Hospital as a rural emergency hospital. Canida Family Life Center will also be at the event, providing locally sourced fresh fruits and vegetables to support overall health and wellness. I also want to highlight, for those of you probably on the beach today, we're kind of hitting one of those really hot days, and that of course brings a desire to head to the coast. Well, we have some good news and bad news. We've got the good news in that we've got yellow flags flying on Emerald Isle today. Yesterday again had high threats of rip currents as the day before. Now again, the impacts of Tropical Storm Chantal are lingering a bit for some coastal communities, creating a risk for dangerous rip currents along parts of the Crystal Coast, particularly from Cape Lookout to Cape Hatteras today. Now, Emerald Isle officials say that low tide will be around noon today, which is when they say rip currents are more intense. Red flags were flying along beaches yesterday, advising beachgoers to stay out of the water because of the rip current threat. Again, today, rip current threat for at least Atlantic Beach and Emerald Isle is at a moderate level. We'll see if that changes at all through the day. I do want to highlight your weather forecast. Let's take a look at again what we've got going on outside right now. Rain showers non-existent, but we could see some pop-up showers and storms coming up later on today. Today, the main focus around the First Alert Weather Day status is that we've got a heat advisory. It is going to again be a hot one across the area. Temperatures expected to get into the mid-90s later on this afternoon, and with high humidity, it's only going to feel even hotter. Get ready again to have those air conditioning units running pretty much nonstop today. Current air temperatures reading in the low 80s throughout most of eastern North Carolina. The kind of lone area that hasn't quite reached the 80-degree mark so far has been Roanoke Rapids, currently coming in at 79 degrees. Here's what it feels like outside. Feels like we are in the mid to upper 80s for some of our northern communities, but as you head a little bit closer to the Crystal Coast and a little bit further south, you're seeing a feels like temperature in the 90s for some. Jacksonville right now reporting a feels like temperature in the triple digits. Now, compared to where we were yesterday, we are noticeably warmer, anywhere between around 2 up to around 60 degrees across most of the region. Now, as we take a look at winds, that's a big reason why. We're continuing to see winds that will heat us up. So south to southwesterly winds that we're seeing right now bring in more heat and humidity. And generally during the morning hours, this is when we see our lightest winds. So winds are only going to get stronger as we head into the afternoon. That's also going to bring up your humidity, which already is showing a higher level than where we were yesterday. Again, lots of positives on that screen, and that means that, yeah, the humidity will be more oppressive today as dew point numbers have gone up. Currently reading in the mid to upper 70s, some areas reading in the low 80s. It has been a very humid summer thus far, and today we're keeping that trend rolling. 94 degrees by the time we get to around 3 p.m. And then the showers and storms that we'll see pop up later on this afternoon for some will help cool us down. Air temperatures should start to fall once those showers and storms really start to get going. I do think we'll see a little bit better coverage today from those showers and storms than what we had yesterday, but still I think we'll see the heaviest rain really showing up as we head into late Wednesday, more so Thursday and Friday. Thursday is going to be a wet one as that frontal boundary you're seeing back towards Missouri and Illinois moves its way through eastern North Carolina. But as you can see, it's a slow mover. It does not want to go anywhere quickly. That is actually going to do us some favors because the slower that system moves, the lower our chances are of seeing any sort of severe weather associate itself with that storm system. So for now, we're looking at rain showers rolling in, mostly cloudy skies, and falling air temperatures as we head through your Thursday and Friday. But for now, again, get ready for more heat. 94 degrees coming up today, 92 for tomorrow, so a little bit cooler tomorrow. I do think, again, the increase in rain showers will certainly help out in that regard. But then as we head through the weekend, we'll pop back out of the 80s and into the low 90s again for both Saturday, Sunday, and we'll hold in the low 90s for Monday and Tuesday of next week. Now, again, Billy George, noticeably warmer, definitely. Hello from Emerald Isle, Billy. Hope you're having a wonderful day today. The good news is, Billy, Emerald Isle right now is actually one of the very few areas in eastern North Carolina that is not included in that heat advisory. Now, you're probably throwing up your hands and saying, well, it's hot enough as it is. What does it take to get an advisory? I would say just know that right now you are set up to hang out in the cooler spot in eastern North Carolina today. Heading inland is only going to get you hotter. The coast is where it is at. If you can get there today, I would certainly post up and stay there if I could. But anyways, that's all we have time for today's 9 a.m. news and weather update. We'll have more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC Pirate Realty.